Hello and welcome to this video on duality and spirituality. Please note that this video is the second part of my first video, Manifestation Secret in the Story of Adam and Eve. Although it is best to go watch that video before watching this one, but you can watch that one later. You will understand the concept even if you have not watched part 1. I will leave a link in the description below and watch it whenever you like. In part 1, we discussed the true meaning behind the story of Adam and Eve. We saw how humans were thrown into this 3D reality after eating from the tree of knowledge. I had mentioned in that video that at that moment when humans entered the 3D reality, duality was created. Today, we will continue to explain duality and how it plays a big part in the process of manifesting your desires. Your time is valuable, so let's dive right into it. But first, please hit the subscribe and notification button to join a family of reality shapers where we discuss and learn to use our minds to materialize our inner desires. What is duality? Duality refers to the idea of two opposing and complementary principles or forces. In spirituality, duality is often used to describe the concept of light and dark, good and evil, or positive and negative energies. Duality is a fundamental concept in many spiritual traditions and can be seen in the yin-yang symbol of Taoism, or the idea of the masculine and feminine energies in Hinduism. In spirituality, duality can be seen as a path towards spiritual enlightenment. It is through understanding and embracing both the light and dark aspects of ourselves that we can attain a deeper understanding of our true nature. In many spiritual traditions, the path towards enlightenment involves transcending duality and embracing a state of oneness or unity consciousness. How was duality created in the first place? This information is deep and I really need you to be attentive to understand this. Duality was created when humans entered the 3D reality and started to experience time in a linear fashion. Time, in fact, is a dimension just like space. In higher dimensions, time is experienced in a way similar to space where you can travel between possible pasts and possible futures. We used to exist in God's realm, which is a much higher dimension than ours, and we as spirits have the abilities to observe all time at the same time just the way we observe space. After Adam and Eve ate the fruit from the tree of knowledge, which was a symbolic story of the transformation of our consciousness, we fell off from that higher dimension and lost the ability to perceive time in its fullest capacity. There is a part in the story of Adam and Eve where God says that humans are no longer allowed to eat from the tree of life, which grants eternal life because humans have developed the ability to judge between good and bad. This was in fact God's mercy, as God knew that living in the 3D reality can limit your capabilities of perceiving reality at its fullest, which could bring hardship. You must understand two concepts about the ability to judge. 1. Judgment happens from the heart, it is sort of an emotion. 2. You have a strong emotion of judgment when you have an opportunity cost. If you were able to see the good and bad at the same time, you would not feel any strong judgment towards any event or circumstances. It is because you can experience everything, everywhere all at once. So you could just focus on whatever feels better for you. Now let's talk a little about what is time. Time is a dimension like space. Space contains matter while time contains events. Past, present and future all exist at once, although we do not perceive it that way with our limited physical senses. Just the way two bodies can exist in space at the same time, so can your past, future and present selves exist now at the same time in the dimension of time. In fact, you do not have one linear past, present and future but multiple possible ones, most of which you do not identify with. I will discuss more on how your probable selves exist within time in detail in a future video, so make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification icon. Now, the big question. How does duality play a crucial part in what you manifest in your life? We bring in the concept of law of attraction. The law of attraction is a spiritual principle that suggests that we attract what we focus on. Our thoughts are vibrations that attract events which have the same frequency. When we focus on positive aspects, we attract positive experiences and vice versa. Understanding duality can help us to better apply the law of attraction by recognizing that negative experiences can often lead to positive outcomes. It is because when we experience something negative, it means that an alternate reality exists where the opposite is true. Our job is to focus on the positive regardless of whatever negative we are experiencing with our senses. Practicing this helps us to manifest our desires. Here comes one of the biggest reasons why many fail to manifest what they want while thinking about things they want. This lesson is taught by the great non-physical entity called Abraham, channeled by Esther Hicks. It is that when we think about what we want, we often feel the absence of it, which causes us to get into a frequency of reality which causes us to feel the absence of what we want. In these cases, it may be better to get into a general feeling of appreciation rather than being specific of your desire. If you want to learn more about the teachings of Abraham Hicks, watch my video, Speed Up Your Manifestation with Just One Video, Abraham Hicks. I will leave a link of that video in my description. In conclusion, if you want to manifest efficiently, you need to stop judging what you do not like. The more you judge, the more you focus on what you do not want. Just remember that there is an alternate you who has what you want. If you can feel positive, the positive past possible selves will align with your positive current self to ensure you experience your desire positively in future. The time it takes for the desire to manifest is directly related to your emotions and feelings. The faster you can get into a dominant good feeling, the quicker your desire will manifest. You see, duality explains that as long as you are not tuned into the absence of a desire, you are then tuned into the fulfillment of it. By understanding duality, you can relax knowing that your focus on anything pleasant brings the manifestation of all your desires. It is because your true spirit, which is not limited to the 3D reality, knows what makes you happy. As long as you offer a vibration of happiness, all things that bring your happiness must manifest. If you have found value from this video, please like this video to help the channel grow. Also, leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section. Until next time, happy manifesting.